Jason Bolte. Normally I do cooking videos, things like that for the most part. I wanted to do a video on a personal life change I did. 2 days ago, January 15th, 2016, it was 100 days since I quit drinking. And I just wanted to share with everyone some of the feelings and thoughts, what was easy, what wasn't easy, what's continuing to be hard, what surprised me, and just things like that. So I guess I'll start with why did I want to quit drinking. A lot of it was, I guess, kind of goes back to my style of drinking. It was basically binge drinking. Once, maybe twice a week, I would have 12 to 15 beers all in, a period of 2 to 4 or 5 hours. And when I did that, I guess a typical pattern would be Friday after work. I want to go have 3 to 5 beers, usually by myself, sometimes with coworkers. So I'd have those beers. On my way home I would stop and get some more beer, maybe another 12-pack or an 18 or a case, whatever. I would come home, have supper with the family, continue to drink. After supper, that Friday night or whatever, kids would start watching a movie or whatever, and I would migrate out into the garage and continue to drink by myself. I would have, probably 8 to 12 more. I would smoke about 10 cigarettes, maybe chewing tobacco. Those kind of went hand in hand with me drinking. And that's a problem in itself, just being away from my kids to do that. It's kind of a selfish thing and very unproductive. But the next morning, I would, that would go into 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. I'd go to bed, then I would force myself to wake up maybe 8, 9 o'clock, and I would get up because I felt guilty for doing that, felt guilty for what I did, and of course I was tired, exhausted, had the feelings of guilt to live with, anxiety was there. So anyway, back to why I wanted to quit. I wanted to do away with that. I wanted to stop not living up to my full potential, both mentally and physically. My kids deserve a dad who's more present. I want them to look back on their childhood and not have that stand out in their mind where weekends or Fridays, Saturday nights, dad would go do his own thing. And and they're, right now my oldest is 12. At some point they're gonna, if they're not already, which I think they are, they'll know exactly what's going on, and I just don't want them to think that's normal, because it's not, and I don't want that to influence how they decide to live, how they live their life. So I wanted to stop that. Some of the other things that I don't want to deal with anymore is the anxiety. After that binge drinking on Friday and Saturday night, or even if it's just Friday night, the next 3 to 4, maybe 5 days, I would have increased anxiety, guilt. It's not good for me mentally, or anybody for that matter. Physically, I know it's not good. Only time I smoked is when I drank to excess, and I don't know if you consider that much healthier than smoking full time, but having half a pack to a pack a week, is not good for you. Chewing tobacco obviously is not good for you. A lot of mornings I wake up and I could feel high blood pressure, just because that's what alcohol does to your body, and not to mention the mental effect. All that anxiety and stress, depression. I want to, if I have those issues, I don't want alcohol to be a contributing factor. I want to deal with them just by themselves, and know that alcohol is not contributing to how poorly I'm feeling or how good I'm feeling. All in all, looking back, getting drunk and getting that high, is basically a sharp peak. Stress goes away, feel pretty good, clear head, my thoughts are all over the place, stress is gone. But then the negative side is basically several days of anxiety, increased anxiety, extra depression. So the net result is a negative. So wanted to quit that. I'm turning 40 this spring, so another thought is, if I'm not going to do it now, when? It's time to quit. I've had my fill. It's 20 years of hard drinking, and it's only going to get worse. So the hardest part of quitting drinking so far, at the very beginning, the first 1, 2, 3, 5 weeks, it was very difficult, when I was leaving work on Friday, because after a full week I feel like, I deserve this, I'm a good provider for my family, I deserve to go have a few drinks, unwind a little bit. So when I changed that, I was taking a left turn to go home rather than a right turn to go to the bar and have those few 5 drinks or whatever. That was tough because I always thought, what am I going to do? I'm going to be bored. Just felt like something was missing, and I think when you change anything, you're reprogramming your brain a little bit, getting used to new normals. So that was difficult, but that got easier over time. Like I said, the first several weeks was the hardest, and then slowly every week, as I took that left turn instead of a right turn, it got easier. And then waking up with a clear head, not being hungover, not having that guilt kind of reinforced, taking the left turn and not the right turn, and so that was hard. The other thing is the boredom. When I was home, what am I doing? Sitting around, I'm not used to it. Like I said, we would have supper, then I would kind of go out and do my thing in the garage, pound beers and smoke cigarettes. So now, doing something different, watching a kid's movie or something, which I'll be honest, felt like something was missing, but over time, I started to appreciate that feeling of boredom. That boredom kind of transitioned to opportunity, where I thought, man, I can do this stuff. I could actually have time to work on stuff. Started to enjoy playing games with the kids and playing some video games and things like that. So slowly but surely that got easier too. The other thing I do miss, and I still miss this, and this is still hard, is going out after work and talking war stories about work, with coworkers, and enjoying those beers with coworkers and talking about work. And I want to get to a point where I can go out and maybe hang with those people and be fine having a Coke or whatever. I don't know if that's in the cards for me or not, but that I miss. It's also hard telling people, in my own mind, part of my identity is a beer drinker. Let's go have a beer. Hey, let's go have a couple. It's kind of my persona, or so I thought it was. So sharing that with people that I decided to quit, it was kind of difficult. It's getting easier as time goes on. Just the need to tell me I quit and to explain to them. I suppose anytime you share a weakness with somebody, it's not easy to do. And for part of me, comfort was having that to relate to other people that enjoyed alcohol. We could go have beers together and talk shop or whatever. So that was difficult. It's getting easier. So it's just change, So the biggest surprises, in the first 100 days, I would say I was pretty surprised that, obviously the first weekend felt good, no hangover, The guilt pretty much wasn't there. But, after 10 days, I continued to keep on feeling better. 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, I thought I was going to get to a point and, well, there I am, I'm better. I feel as good as I'm going to feel, but honestly, week after week, I kept getting to a new high where I was thinking even clearer and clearer all the time. I was able to disconnect from stress easier, so I could disconnect work from my home life and not be so anxious about everything and dread Monday mornings and here we go again, And so that was a pleasant surprise, and I think I'm still on that journey to feel better all the time. So that's honestly kind of exciting. Other surprises, I'm the oldest of 6 kids, and all of my siblings drink, and maybe to excess, similar to me. So, we had a big weekend where all of us were together, and that was kind of freaky because that's what me and my siblings did. We get together for holidays or whatever, and alcohol's always involved. Not only was it in my family, but growing up in North Dakota, there's a tendency for binge drinking, maybe more so in the other parts than in the other parts of the country. But the surprising part, and maybe I shouldn't have thought so negatively, but my siblings were super supportive. Not once did I feel really uncomfortable at all. They respected what I was doing. There was no pressure, no nothing. So that was awesome. That was a big relief because that was a big thing. I knew this weekend was coming up, and kind of, I won't say I dreaded the weekend, but I was just really unsure of how it was going to go and what it's going to be like. But that was a great positive surprise. Some other surprises are, I've put some of my milestones on Facebook, and the outpour of support was just amazing from all my friends and family, the comments, some private messages from people that were telling me, good job, proud of you, and learned of some other people that I didn't realize that quit drinking years and years ago. So they shared their support. A couple of people I've talked to actually talked about quitting also, and basically told me that they were happy for me and proud, and it was kind of going to help them get started. So that was pretty awesome to see that and to hear that from somebody, that I was actually helping somebody else with their problem. Another surprise, and it's not really a surprise, but the impact feels good. Probably save $30 to $40 a week between not buying any alcohol at the liquor store, gas station, not going to the bar, cigarettes and chew, don't need to buy that anymore. So it's nice having that extra money. We don't really budget our money all that closely, but you can definitely tell when it's getting closer to my next paycheck, we got more money, so you can do some fun things with the family with that extra money, going out to eat as a family, enjoying different things. So that's been a nice, pleasant surprise. Another positive thing, and not really a huge surprise, but how less irritable I am, how much more patient I am. I don't have a ton of patience, just part of my personality, but that has definitely improved since I quit drinking. More patience with my kids. Just don't get irritable. I mean, I take that back. I do get irritable, but it's a lot less than I used to. So, I feel good about that. Some other positives, I definitely deal with stress better. I'm able to disconnect from my work stress with home, which is nice. So I can kind of leave that there. Whereas before I was drinking, it all kind of mushed together, where, my home life was work life, and took home the stress and the anxiety, and it was just together. It feels awesome to be able to disconnect and just live my life and not have work follow me home, or the stresses of work. Another big positive, I haven't had a cigarette or a chew in over 100 days, so, you know, that's awesome. I don't have to worry about that speeding up my death. You know, we're all going to die from something someday, but it feels good to know that I am not polluting my body and changing nature's course with those poisons. I have lost some weight, 8 to 10 pounds conservatively, you know, and we just went through the holiday season. So I'm doing the math, it's probably 3,000 calories a week with the kind of beers I liked. Take that times 52 weeks in a year, we're looking at about 150,000 calories a year. Divide that by 3,500 calories in a pound, you're looking at a little over 40 pounds. And as of now, in the 100 days, I'm on track to lose over 30 pounds. You know, just those empty calories, and not to mention the extra snacking, and the next day you're trying to maybe drink all kinds of Mountain Dew. I crave that and just couldn't get satisfied. You know, messes with your body chemistry, so you crave that sugar and all the other stuff, so that's obviously a huge positive. So what's helped me quit drinking? Why, you know, it's 100 days, I'm not out of the woods. It's going to be something I'll have to work on my whole life, but what helped me get to 100 days was at the beginning, I'm almost 40, and I was kind of like, you know what, enough's enough. I had 20 years of drinking like a kid. I'm not a kid anymore. So I called the number. My work has an EAP, or an Employee Assistance Program, which a lot of companies do. So I called that. I got 3 free visits from an addictions counselor, and I did that, and the counselor really helped me put things into perspective and look at how many things my drinking was affecting in my life, including my kids, and it certainly was a big help, and I'm going to continue to do that, I think, off and on, just to help out. I have a coworker at work who's basically gone through this. He's been sober for several years now, and it's been nice to call him and ask, hey, tell me why I don't need to drink, you know. And he just kind of puts things into perspective and shares some useful things with me, and helps me reset, so to speak, to remember, yeah, you're right. It'd be stupid for me. Why would I want to do that, you know? So that's been helpful. I've found other hobbies, so I keep myself busy with other things. I've been more productive around the house, so it's easier for me without the anxiety to actually get some stuff done, rather than sit back and get overwhelmed or then spin my wheels and not do anything. So, you know, it feels good to be more productive. I've added some hobbies to my life. You know, I'm enjoying the time with my kids more, so I've actually done a little bit of video gaming and stuff like that with my oldest son, which has been nice. But anyway, thanks for watching. I know that's basically my thoughts and feelings on these last 100 days. If you want to leave a comment, got any questions, let me know. I'm not an expert on this, but I just wanted to do this as part of my journey to self-reflect and look back and share my feelings. So thanks for watching. Take care.